have to tell you that you all are lucky you had a stand-up show before this, because my talk is going to get a little heavy. For those of you who don't know, I grew up in Bangalore and I have a history with Ramaya. So I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having me here, and this feels like home. Imagine chasing after a dream for years, only to realize that the end goal that you were chasing after is not quite what you thought it would be. I'm here to share my journey of redefining success and how I realized that it's quite often hidden in the most unexpected places. I consider myself a decent actor. Am I a successful one? How do you define the success of an actor? Is it by how memorable their roles are, how many movies they're a part of, they get to work with, how much money they make, the followers, the blue tick? Sometimes I wonder if I'm describing success or fame. And without my knowledge, I was chasing after one, thinking it was the other. I grew up wanting to be a doctor, then a teacher, then a vet, a journalist. I remember one time I even told my mom I want to see my face on a poster all over the city. Funnily, 6 months after that, it was here in Bangalore that I was spotted and discovered, and I was offered my first lead role in a Tamil movie. And to everyone's surprise, the shy, timid, introverted Gayathrie said yes. Turns out, I have a natural flair for it, and I quite enjoyed it. And thanks to that movie, I got to see my face on a poster all over the city. I was on top of the world. I felt unstoppable. Everything was like a fairy tale until it wasn't. The year I debuted, I had 2 releases. The first one released and left the theatres and nobody noticed. The second one, however, was a roaring success. We had packed shows. The movie ran for 50 days in the theatres. The dialogues were cult references in pop culture eventually, and my co-star was catapulted into the next league overnight. I was on the same path, so I thought it's only a matter of time before it's my turn. And I signed a couple of movies after that, and every time leading to the run-up for the release of the movie, all these people around me would say, hey, this is that movie. In the movie, that's the cover and all that. I'm like, yeah. And I would get my hopes up and be ready. A couple of years passed. My movies did not do as well as I'd hoped they would. 2 of them had even gotten delayed. Suddenly, I got this label of being unlucky. And thanks to this tag, I was finding it hard to sign new movies. All these people around me would tell me, advise me on how to navigate this industry. Do this, do that. And I listened to all of them. And I went so deep into this rabbit hole that I lost all judgment. 2 years, I had no movies, no shoot, no money. Somewhere during this time where I was at home, my parents sat me down and they told me that they felt like I was wasting precious time and youth that I was never going to get back. And they urged me to consider going back to studies or the universal backup option that every Indian girl is given. Anyone want to take a guess? Exactly. So these were my 2 options. See, I spent my entire childhood being told that I was not good enough. Academically, this was what every PTA meeting had. She doesn't apply herself, she needs tuition, something like this. And for once in my life, I found something that I was actually good at and I enjoyed doing it. And it was just a matter of one phone call. And that one phone call could change my life completely. But I couldn't convince my parents of this. So I decided to leave home. I left with 3 lakhs in my hand, and these 3 lakhs had to last me until I signed my next project, and God knows when that would be. I did sign a project, a big one, with a big hero, big director, big banner, a nice role. And 3 days before I was supposed to start shoot for this movie, I was called to be promptly informed that I have been replaced. I was devastated. My resources were running thin. I could only afford 50 rupees for the 3 meals of a day. I had not experienced security and instability of this magnitude before in my life. I was considering the very real possibility that this might be the end of my acting career. Should I go look for a regular job? Honestly, the degree I had, I was not really employable at the moment. So should I go back to studies? Should I get married? No matter what choice I made for my foreseeable future, there was more struggle waiting for me and I was already so tired. My personal life was not going well. Professionally, I was watching everyone around me grow exponentially while it felt like my life was just stagnant. Even my childhood friends had started hitting all of life's milestones. I felt like I was a complete failure. 2 years is a long time to sit with your thoughts, and the tone of my thoughts was not a kind one. I had convinced myself that I'm a failure in every aspect of my life. I had nothing to pin my hopes on. My spirit was broken. I felt like life had brought me down on my knees. And it's very hard to bring yourself out of a dark place when it's your own mind that's pushing you there. Sorry guys. I've written something but I'm just so nervous and sweaty it's gone. Let's rewind back to 2014, to another chapter of my life, where I was introduced to this sport called Ultimate Frisbee. Ultimate Frisbee, for those of you who don't know, is a mixed gender, no contact, self-refereed sport. Self-refereed means my opponent and I, in a conflict, have 30 seconds to resolve the conflict. If we both agree, then whoever's right gets the disc. If we disagree, the disc goes back to the previous play and we continue from there. And it was so fascinating for me that a sport would encourage fair play and truthfulness when the stakes are so high. The more I learned about this sport, the more I wanted to play it. So the objective of the game is, it's a football-sized field. You take the disc, you can't run with it, so you have to pass it on. And you take it from one end and catch it in the other end. That's how you score a point. The defense's job is to stop this from happening. And because it's a sport that's played with a disc, subconsciously we tend to assign importance to the one person who is handling the disc the most. This person is called the handler. And when I started playing, that's what I wanted to be because that looked glamorous. And I tried and tried. I swear I did. 2 years I tried to be a handler. At best, my game, I think I looked like a headless chicken running around on the field. That's all the progress I made in 2 years. So I told myself, okay, I don't think sports is for me, especially not this one. I convinced myself and I was ready to quit. That's when my coach convinced me to try playing defense. Who wants to play defense? It's not glamorous enough. Grudgingly, I agreed and I played defense. But something clicked. I was good at it. Suddenly I had field vision, suddenly I had game sense. I was there, I was contributing to the team, I was applying myself, and it felt good. Another nice thing about my team was the team cheer. It went something like, one team, one mind, 1 point at a time. 1 point at a time, OPAT. It means you have to shut down your mental chatter and just do what is required for that 1 point that we play, that one moment. This mantra, this refresh button, helped me so much in my mental health journey. You remember I said one call could change my life completely? That call did come. Right in the middle of my mental breakdown, I was offered Super Deluxe. Apprehensive as I was about playing a mother and being overshadowed by the stellar cast of that movie, I did sign the movie, and till date, I have people come and tell me, you know, you didn't have too many dialogues, you didn't have too much space, but you were so expressive, you were so good. And this entire twisted journey of my life has changed my perspective about success. And I would like to share that with you. Last year, I was part of a movie called Vikram, which made 500 plus crores. And I was part of another movie called Enathan Case Code, which won Hearts and 7 state awards. So logically, I should have been a busy actor this year, right? Truthfully, as of November 2023, I have not been on a single day shoot this year. So am I a failure now?
No.
I choose to define it how I want. This is what my conditioning would have said is my growth. But I choose to define it this way. This year, I directed, produced and wrote a short film. I got my driving certificate. I think I went on one of the best trips of my life. I went to Japan. If you get a chance, you should go. I played a Frisbee tournament after a very long time with a new team from Trivandrum, and we won the Spirit Award. I started climbing now. That's a new sport that I've picked up and I really like and enjoy. I set a long-term goal for myself of reading one book every month this year, and I'd like to let you know that I've been very consistent and I'm on track, guys. I think I'm also ahead. So, I understand that my work allows me the privilege of time. It gives me the freedom to explore the things I want. My model of success might not align with everyone's, but that's what I'm here to say. It's your journey. It's your model to make and define. And today, success looks like a 32-year-old finally facing their fear of public speaking. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.